So it has been about 2 weeks now since I discovered the law of attraction, and thank you, whatever made me discover that, because I am very happy, very open. I feel much more confident than I have in a long, long time. My problem is, hopefully, one that people out there will also be having, which will mean that there's a point to me making this video. Because I'm putting this video on because I have some rational problems with the law of attraction. Even though my heart and my intuition tell me this is brilliant, this is exactly what you need, there's certain things, or four main problems I have with it. One is, will it encourage laziness? I'll just ask for some money and get some money, and it's all about money, and that's it. That's my first problem, because it doesn't sound quite right to me that life should be like that. Number two is the idea of delusion. Are we just deluding ourselves by believing we can get anything we want? Number three, is it actually cruel to berate people for having the wrong attitude when misfortunes come their way? And four, perhaps the most tricky, is what about people who are in very unfortunate situations, for example, who are in a plane crash, or a tsunami, or a famine? Are they all asking for that to happen? So in this video I'm going to do my best, because I'm no expert, to do my best to go through my own ways of trying to rationalize an idea for this, because I don't want to give up on the law of attraction, because I think there's a huge amount to it. Okay, so number one. The question is, wouldn't the law of attraction make one really lazy? Because I could just click my fingers and say, I want a 3-course dinner, and it will come to me. Or, I want the most beautiful partner ever, and they'll appear. And that's something I have a bit of a problem with, the fact that some of the material I've read or seen does seem to be focused on the materialistic aspect. I'm going to get that, because it's going to make my life better. Be that a swimming pool or whatever. Now, this is the way I look at it. There's two realms going on here. Two realms existing, coexisting. This is the Joshua who lives in the third dimension realm. A fragmented person with lots of base things like greed and lust and laziness, as well as some better things as well, I hope. In the realm that we can't see, there is the other side of me, which is a higher, more developed spiritual being. The connection between these two is a bit off. So, what I have to know is that it's the side I can't see that needs to do the desiring. And if I'm totally aligned with the universe, and if that higher Joshua through me is asking for what it needs, then it will feel right. It will feel so right, and then I will receive. But if the quite base Joshua in the third dimension thinks, well, actually, I don't really want to work this month, I'll buy a lottery ticket, and that will pay me, a couple of £1,000. My sincere heart won't be in that, because deep down, I'll know that's not right for me. So to kind of sum that little bit up, basically, you will know if what you're wishing for is right and right for your evolution. If there's a doubt in there that actually that triple-layer hamburger right now is not what you need, then you'll know that and you won't receive it. The other aspect of it is that you have to participate in this process. You ask, it is given, but you have to dare to receive it. For example, you might want some success, but then you might hear someone tell you, oh, why don't you do this? And then you'll think, yeah, well, that's scary though, because that's a lot of work. But it feels right, I'm going to do it, I'm going to take that idea and run with it, and then you're in alignment. So there's no laziness there because you are participating in this process. So that's how I understand all that, and I don't feel too worried about it making me lazy. So is it cruel to berate someone for having the wrong attitude? Now, the way I look at this is just thinking, well, if I was seeing myself superior to them and thinking, well, they're doing it wrong, then of course that's cruel. But it's unnecessary, because as soon as I start judging other people, I'm moving in a negative direction, I'm thinking negative thoughts, and I am not in alignment. So the whole thing's quite unnecessary, really. No need for any berating or criticising of anyone ever. Third question. Am I just deluding myself? Am I deluding myself by imagining that these problems aren't important? Maybe. But that's alright, isn't it? What's wrong with deluding myself? What's wrong with delusion? What's wrong with realizing that the world is an illusion? From all different fields, the Buddhist idea of Maya, quantum mechanics, lucid dreaming, any way you look, really, you will see evidence and ideas and notions that this is all a dream and we can create our own reality. And if so, then yeah, I guess someone could look at me and think, that man is deluding himself because he's pretending there's no problems. And I suppose from their perspective that would be right. But then if I wanted to criticise them, which I wouldn't, but if I wanted to, I could say, well, they're deluding themselves because they're believing that those problems actually exist when they don't have to. So there you go, there's always two sides to it. The fourth question is about the world, and about the fact that in some places in the world, huge amounts of people die in a disaster. And the ridiculous notion. The fourth question is, how can you say that everyone who dies in a big disaster like an earthquake could have wished for that? Now, I have a real problem with this, and I've heard certain things said which I think are very wrong. You know, I'm not an expert, but to me it seems ridiculous to even contemplate that all the people in a disaster or a famine or whatever could have wished for that. So the way I'm trying to rationalise it in my head is that on an individual level, we all have the ability to raise our vibrations and develop and evolve. But also, on a global level, humanity needs to do that as well. But there's been a lot of negative stuff in the past, and karmically, this is still playing out on the world stage. And some people, however much they desire and want for good things, will get caught up in that. It's tragic. It could happen to me. An earthquake could rip through this building now and kill me. But that doesn't mean that my life won't carry on beyond this, and I won't keep evolving beyond this three-dimensional world we live in. So that's my way of rationalising that. And that's it. There are 4 questions I've had, 4 worries I've had, but I feel a little bit better about them now, and I'm going to keep using the law of attraction. Not sure what you will do, but good luck.